It's 5 p.m. and I've just landed in Shanghai in the next stop of my China solo trip adventures. Shanghai is the city that does not sleep, which is kind of ironic because I'm a little bit tired as this is my 4th stop this China trip. But we're still going strong. The next few days are gonna be like that TikTok sound. Bar, club, another club, another club. We're gonna do this, okay? Come spend roughly 3 days with me in Shanghai as a solo traveler as I show you some of the best things to see, eat, try, and do in this wonderful city. It is actually my 3rd time here, but the first in maybe well over 8 years. I love this city so much and I hope that by the end of this video, you're gonna love it as much as I do. And so without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Our first stop is down this alleyway. We're going to be trying out a classic Shanghainese dish. So I'm here queuing up at Lai Lai Xiaolong. It is a well-known Shanghainese spot, a Michelin Bib Gourmand winner, famous for their crab roe xiaolong baos. It's only 5 p.m. and the queue is looking a bit hectic, but hopefully the queue is going to be worth it. Even though there is a bit of a queue, the queue does move fast. Like I was in here in less than 10 minutes. Right, so it's all about the crab roe here. So I got both of the crab roe xiaolong baos. I've got one here that's with crab, pork, and matsusuke xiaolong baos, and their flagship, which is the pure crab roe xiaolong baos. This smells amazing. Let's give it a go. I'm gonna kick off with their, it's a bit hot, crab and pork. Probably not the right way to do this, but we're doing it this way anyway. So good. And look, there's still crab juice in it. You know the dumpling's well done when the skin isn't too thick or too thin. And when you bite into it, this combination of crab soup, pork, and crab meat just comes out and it tastes freaking amazing. But let's now also try out the pure crab roe ones. Similarly well done dumpling skin. And the crab roe and dumpling sauce that's in it tastes so good. It literally needs nothing else to it. But if you have to, add a bit of vinegar sauce. That was delicious. And if this is how all Shanghainese food is gonna taste like, I think we might be doing a lot of eating in the next 2 days. I have really missed this. It really feels like you're in New York or London. Literally just located down the street from the restaurant is Shanghai's busiest and most happening pedestrian street. The evenings is the best time to come here to fully experience the crowds and the vibes. This street stretches for several kilometers and is home to some big landmarks that you probably want to check out while you're here. Starting with this Miniso land that I'm standing right in front of. It is the largest Miniso land in the world, spanning over 2,000 square meters, and is in fact so large that it's divided into several theme zones, such as Disney, Sanrio, Pokemon, and more so that you can get to what you love faster. This is honestly a bit of a sensory overload after Chongqing. I know Chongqing is a city too, but this is just next level hectic. But if you're more of a LeLabo fan, not to worry, Nanjing Road is also home to Popmart. And they even have a white rabbit store. This place smells like my childhood. Oh my god! Look! My next spot is a cafe, not particularly because I need coffee, but because this spot has gone viral because of this. That, of course, is a great way to view the tower, but if you want an even better skyline view, but without the crowds, I'm gonna show you one. Come with me. Did I deliver or did I not deliver? Is this not a way better view without the crowds? So that was Condi Restaurant on level 5 of the Regent. It is actually a restaurant, so you can actually get food there, but you also don't have to, just get a drink, and you'll be offered prime views of the bunch. I'm here in a cool little neighborhood because if you're a subscriber, you would know that I would never cap off my night without going to a good secret bar. And there's one that's hidden behind a barbershop here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Aha, we found it. It says barbershop, but the barbershop looks kind of empty. Let's go in. Wow, the illusion's quite complete. This really does look like a barbershop. Turn left at the barbershop facade though and you'll find a cute little hidden speakeasy bar. Menu was full of delicious cocktails. I went with the late summer memory, which was served in a pineapple made from coconut puree, pineapple, and Havana Club. It was delicious. That was a pretty good start as far as speakeasies in Shanghai go. Hey guys, welcome to day 1 of my Shanghai adventures. It is a little bit rainy today, but I'm so excited to be exploring this area. This is known as Wukang Road, one of Shanghai's most charming and photogenic streets, lined with leafy trees, historic European-style buildings, stylish boutiques, cafes, concept stores, offering a completely different vibe from the city that we saw yesterday. It really is the area to come experience Shanghai's more artistic and laid-back vibe. And we're starting off right here with a fantastic view of the Wukang Mansion, also known as the Normandy Apartments. It is raining, but you can see it right behind me. It's located on the corner of Wukang Road, built back in 1924. And you will of course recognize it by its distinctive flat iron design. Of course, if you're visiting the Wukang Mansion on a rainy day like I am today, or if you're here in winter where it's just too cold, you might want to consider coming into Baker and Spice, which is where I'm in right now. It is a cafe that, as you can see, offers you prime views of the Wukang Mansion. And the coffee and pastry that I had here was pretty good too. You guys, look at this. There's so many choices, guys. Where do I even begin? Right, so this is Apoli Itabakery in Shanghai. It is a bakery that has gone crazy viral on the socials, thanks in part to its absolutely stunning decor. I mean, I was blown away. When I was in there, it was like taking all these pictures and videos. But aesthetics aside, it has also got a wide range of delicious looking pastries. Honestly, I think it would take at least a dozen visits for me to cover a decent amount of what's being offered here. But as I'm solo traveling, we're gonna have to stay fairly conservative. The pastries look good, but do they actually taste good? Let's find out. I'm gonna start with the teriyaki truffle roll. It's basically chicken topped off with some mushroom in this truffly creamy sauce. So good. And the truffle flavors are quite strong as well. So good. Also got myself some iced tea. He's a little sweet, but good. Last but not least, a chocolate croissant. The pastry is buttery and flaky. I would have appreciated a slight bit more filling. You can still tell that it is a pretty well-made pastry. This is also known as the French Concession District because it was precisely that from about 1849 to 1943. And the history is still reflected here today by the buildings in the area. And even though it's a bit rainy today, there are a few spots I want to show you. So come on, let's go. Starting off with one of my favorite fragrance brands, LeLabo has a cute little outlet here housed within a European style store. If you're looking for a place to chill in between your shopping, there's also a super cool bookstore along this road called Wudi Bookstore. Let me show you. It really was a bookstore that I stumbled into accidentally, and look at how pretty it is. I ended up hanging out here for quite a while because look, there's even a cozy cinema area that was playing Friends. There's even a matcha Tokyo here, and I would try it, except my list of cafes to try in this area are quite long, so I'm gonna focus on the ones that I've actually never tried before, like this next one. We've now reached the junction of Wukang Road and Angfu Road, and I'm standing right in front of 3 Demarzo, a super popular cafe, well known for its decor. And I mean, is that not the cutest thing? 55号, 谢谢. 好, 谢谢. Here we go, and you even get a little happy birthday. Creme brulee. It's pretty good. There's also another 2 levels to 13 Demarzo apart from the Cute Bear Cafe that's full of local Chinese designer brands. And located just across the street from 13 Demarzo is Harmay. What is Harmay, I hear you say? It is a warehouse conversion that today is a retail shopping complex. The stores are known for its industrial aesthetic. Inside you'll find a curated mix of global skincare, makeup, fragrance, often at more affordable rates. And there's actually some really decent skincare here, like for example, this La Roche-Posay face mask is actually something that I do use. And it's 69 RMB, which works out, I think, to be about 15 Aussie dollars. And as a K-beauty enthusiast, I can also say that there is a good mixture of international brands and Korean brands here. Like, for example, you've got your Lancome, SK2, and MAC, but they've also got my favorite mung bean cleanser from B-Plane. And they don't just have skincare, they've also got hair care. This district is huge, you guys. I reckon you could spend an entire day here easy. In fact, I think you could spend a couple of days here and still have places that you haven't checked out. There's like a cool store, cafe at every turn. Crazy. They've also got one of my favorite brands in China, Blackhead here. And I'm obviously not going to be able to cover everything, but I knew that I had to come to this next spot because the premise is just too interesting. ZhongYao Tang Gelato. And if you know Chinese, ZhongYao Tang literally translates to Chinese medicine hall. Sells an array of gelatos that are inspired by Chinese herbs and medicine. Could be delicious, could be not, but it would definitely be interesting. Come with me, let's go check it out. And even the store's decor is that of a Chinese herbal medicine shop.
你有什么比较有名的
你想吃甜的还是酸的？
都可以啊。
都可以吗？给你尝一下我比较喜欢的嘛。
啊，可以的。
我喜欢这个。好。
So I got a scoop of the ginseng jasmine lime tea and the perilla pomelo. So let's give it a go. Perilla pomelo has a sour, fresh taste to it. And the ginseng one you think wouldn't work, but really is quite refreshing. Like, I'm not usually a ginseng fan, but I could be. And I've just arrived at my indoor activity. You of course can't say you've been to China until you've been to a spa, and that is exactly what we're about to go in to do. Come. 谢谢。比你可快。好。好。So it's 299 RMB, and I basically, what time is it now? It's 3 o'clock. I can basically stay till about 2 a.m. Pretty good price. With the hot springs, and you have to get completely naked for that, so I'm going to show you video footage from that. But once that's all done, you get to relax here with a whole host of food. Let me show you. And all the fruit that you see here is included in the spa price. It is eat as much as you can. Side topic, but one of the underrated food items that you have to try when you're in China that I feel not many people talk about is fruit. Like fruits that would usually cost me 20, 30, 40 bucks in Australia are like under $5 here in China. Unbelievable. I think the spa session was exactly what I needed. I was starting to get a bit cold and miserable after spending an entire day outdoors in the rain. But that spa fixed me right up. Coincidentally, that also leads us to dinner time, and man, do I have the restaurant for you. It truly is a must-try Shanghainese staple, and you're about to see what I mean. Right, so dinner is here at Renhe Guan. They're famous for their authentic Shanghainese dishes. I believe it's a 1 Michelin star restaurant, and it's actually highly popular. In fact, I was quite lucky to get a seat. They weren't supposed to have any seats, but thankfully because I'm here by myself and didn't mind sharing a table, I walked straight in. They have quite an extensive menu and have a few flagship dishes, but I'm here for one thing and one thing only. These crab roll noodles is literally what I came to Shanghai for. Excited. Let's give this a go. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, the bowl of noodles was not cheap. It was about 40 something Aussie dollars, but the serving size is huge, and that crab roast sauce that was poured onto it, oh, it's absolute heaven. I totally get the hype now. Next up on my itinerary is a speakeasy bar, and this is no ordinary speakeasy. I believe it was the top 50 best bar in both the world and Asia. It's called Speak Low. Come with me, let's go check it out. The entrance to this intimate speakeasy is hidden behind a bookshelf, and while the Prohibition era vibes was spot on, there is good reason why this is one of the best bars in Shanghai and Asia. The cocktail menu is superb. My personal highlight was their Sawadi Cup cocktail, a Thai bubble tea inspired cocktail that is scarily easy to drink for a drink that is quite so strong. I highly recommend. I'm back in my hotel room, and I feel it's been a fairly productive first day here in Shanghai despite of the rain, but I am just the tinsiest bit of drunk at the moment, so I'm gonna call it a night here. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. So I was telling a friend yesterday that I went to Renhe Guan for the crab roll noodles, and he was like, no. This other place in Shanghai has way better crab roll noodles. And so as I am obsessed with crab roll noodles now, I decided that I have to give this a go. So this crab roll noodles alternative spot is where we're gonna be heading to for breakfast. And the best part is, there's not even really any queue. 很快啊，谢谢。好，谢谢。At that. Smells amazing. Let's give it a go. You guys, I hate to say this, but I think my friend could be right. I do actually by a little bit prefer this place than Renhe Guan. Not to mention that there's no queue, and it's just a little bit cheaper. After breakfast, I decided to head back over here to the French concession area to specifically explore the Sinan Mansions area that's full of cafes, restaurants, and markets. But what is the Sinan Mansions? It is a beautifully preserved cluster of 20th century garden villas that is a true reminder of the area's history. And a lot of the beautifully preserved buildings have since been repurposed into cafes, restaurants, boutiques, and cultural spaces. And while you're in the area, you also want to make sure you drop by the Memorial House of the Shanghai office of the delegation of the CPC, a quietly significant historical site tucked away right here in the French Concession, offering a glimpse into the pivotal moment in modern Chinese history. I was heading over to the next spot on my itinerary when I randomly walked past this gelato spot with a queue, which immediately got me curious, so I checked out the spot on Dianping, and turns out this place has a 4.6 star rating. And so I decided to give their gelato a go. Got two flavors. One is their flagship, the green apple kombucha, and the second flavor I got is one of my favorites, which is a pistachio. Let's give this a go. Wow, the pistachio is really good. Super duper creamy. The only thing I would say is maybe just a touch more pistachio would be great, but otherwise it's great. Second is their flagship, the green apple kombucha. Sounds interesting. Oh, this is good. I think I prefer this to their pistachio. We're now along the Huahai Middle Road, I think. Super busy street with lots of international brands, but I'm here to check out one of my favorite stores in the world. And I totally forgot that this display is here. That exhibition is actually courtesy of Nudake, and so it's of no surprise that there's actually a cafe right over there that serves specialty Nudake drinks and pastries. Apart from the hilarious pastry gym, you will also find everything else you would expect at a Haus Nowhere location, from surreal exhibits and artworks, as well as a selection of Gentle Monster and Tambourines merchandise. I'm here at a bakery called Butterful and Creamorous, which honestly sounds like my life for the last 2 weeks here in China, as I've been non-stop eating, but I knew I had to try this. They have several stores, but this is their flagship store. This bakery is particularly known for their cream-filled croissants and salted cream puffs. Let's give them a go. Let's open it up. Right, so I got myself a matcha black sesame pretzel. Black sesame and matcha are both fairly strong flavors. You would think it wouldn't work. It's actually quite nice. A French matcha almond orange peel croissant. What a mouthful. It's actually quite yummy. The matcha and the orange peel work quite well together. And look at how flaky the pastry is. Look at all the bubbles. And a pistachio tart. Guys, I think this might be my favorite. Best part of all of that plus a coffee cost me 13 Aussie dollars. Amazing. Today is all about food, and my next stop is Nunu Donut, a popular bakery here in Shanghai known for its ultra soft, pillowy brioche style donuts. I'm excited. Let's go. Starting with fresh fig and Thai milk tea. You can really taste the Thai milk tea, and look at how flaky the pastry is. Next up is the signature tiramisu. The tiramisu one is actually really good. Look at how creamy it is. They were pretty freshly made donuts. I think the quality of the pastry tells a lot of stories, and the pastry in the donuts were delicious. Most importantly, both donuts were not too sweet. Definitely, in my opinion, worth a visit if you're here in Shanghai. We have a bit of time before dinner, so did you know that out of the over 500 subway stations in Shanghai, there's only one that is a must visit? Let me show you why. So you take exit 5 at the Luheng Road station, and all of a sudden it doesn't feel like you're in China anymore. This European style area is truly one of my more surprising finds this trip, and so if you get a chance, I highly recommend checking it out. And I'm actually here for dinner in the Xintiandi area, and so I thought that I would also drop by this building. This is the famous red building in Shanghai, also known as the Roof. Chinese name Hengji Shuhui Tiandi. It is a red plant covered building designed by architect Jean Nouvel, and is actually quite stunning to look at. Shanghai will never cease to amaze me, and this next spot is yet another example of it. 1933 old Milfun, otherwise known as 1933老洋房, is a striking architectural landmark in Shanghai, famous for its dramatic blend of Art Deco and industrial design. I believe it was originally a slaughterhouse in the 1930s, and the building's unique layout consists of labyrinth staircases, spiral ramps, exposed concrete, creating a surreal, almost cinematic experience. Today, it is no longer a slaughterhouse, but instead filled with boutique shops, cafes, and creative spaces, and you can honestly spend hours in here. And if you've been following my itinerary step for step, you would have at this stage clocked about 25,000 plus steps. And so it's time to kick back, relax with a drink, because we're gonna go check out another speakeasy. And you know, I think you guys are gonna like this one. And I think it's supposed to be here. The bar featured tonight is called the Flask Bar that's hidden behind a secret panel of a Chinese food takeaway shop front. Pull on the discrete panel on the right side of the stall to enter. This bar is giving clean, laboratory aesthetics to it that still somehow manages to feel quite intimate. You will find their cocktail selection in this rather uniquely shaped menu. I had their cacao him and it was delicious. And by the way, that Chinese food shop front actually turned out to be real as well, and you can order food from there to consume at the bar. I got myself a bar.
And that marks the end of a long but super productive day 2 here in Shanghai. I honestly am so proud of myself. I feel like I've ticked off quite a few different places today and a good variety as well. I'm about 25,000 steps in though and I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna sign off here, but I'm gonna see you guys bright and early tomorrow for day 3. Good morning and welcome to day 3 of my Shanghai adventures. We're gonna start off with a touch of breakfast. Another Shanghainese dish that I love is fish crocker soup noodles. And Dian Ping says that this place is good, so let's go give it a go.
Right, so this is the yellow fish crocker noodle soup, Huang Yu Mian. It is I believe, originally Jiangnan delicacy, and the star of the show are these little fish crocker slices that are made into this killer broth, which is why I'm a big fan, because I'm all about the broth. And the broth is just so jam-packed with flavors. And this particular version as well has a whole stack of aromatics that's thrown into it, as you can see. It gives this broth just this most amazing taste. Let's try the noodles. Absolute winner.
And just like that, my 3 days in Shanghai is over. I wish I had a few more days. Like for example, I could have spent an entire day at Shanghai Disneyland alone. And so, by the way, if you are planning to spend more than 3 days in Shanghai or need more recommendations, you're gonna find my Shanghai travel guide helpful, which contains well over 50 things to see, eat, try, and do in this wonderful city. It will cost you $5, but the good thing about owning that is that you will also get access to my Apple Maps Shanghai playlist, which not only contains all the 50 plus locations listed in the guide, but I will also be adding to it in my return trips to Shanghai, which means that that playlist is continually growing. Download link for that guide is in my description box. And if this video has got you itching to book that trip to Shanghai, you're gonna find my China travel guide video helpful, containing absolutely everything you need to know before and during your trip to China, including but not limited to how to set up WeChat or Alipay and how to navigate public transport. I'm gonna link that video at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and watch that next. I do hope that you found value in today's video, and if you have, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share all the good things that you know are gonna appease those holy YouTube algorithm gods, but much more importantly, will just make my day as a content creator. I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead, or that you've already had a good day. I'm gonna see you real soon in the next video. 再见.